Alrighty, what is up everyone? We are back again. This time we're doing Stealthy Stronghold. So, in total, just for... Yeah, will I ever not make this mistake? Alright. So, in total, Stealthy has what? Math here, 10, 4, 8, 12, 22, 25, probably like 22 chests. I'm not going to put this out here. 22 chests in total. If we look at the layout of the chest, looks like most of them are almost within this side here, with a nice little bundle at the front and another little bundle over here. So topics of chest, I mean, we can just see like where really, if you don't land in, I guess, one of these spots, like if this is both contested, then you just have like this loot here, which I mean is, you know, not bad, but you'll have to rotate to each one to get it all. I mean, it is pretty bad for a trio, let's be honest. So that is the breakdown of the chest. I mean, there are some chests nearby. There's a house over here, some stone down here, and we have a chance for 2 chests over here. Chest spawn at Durburger, I think this is, one over here. Then we get the fish island and whatnot. So let's go to bunker chest. So bunker chest, there's chances for 2 of them to spawn right outside Stealthy. And what this means that if you guys are unconned, I would have 100% someone landed here 100% of the time if you're unconned, or even if you are conned, just because, you know, let's say both of them spawn and you get a purple pump and a purple scar, then you're already entering Stealthy with already like pretty like fucking godlike loot for how early of the game it is. So I'd say probably almost 100% of the time land somebody here. But the only issue, I'll talk about that later. But 2 bunker chests, who can get the bunker chest early game, people can land on it. So Stealthy Stronghold, you guys might 50-50 out here, the bunker chest. There's a pleasant split, so if the pleasant team is gliding in like this, they notice that, you know, no one is landing low to get these chests. Someone might land brick, go up here, grab the chest, and go back into pleasant. That is an option if the Stealthy team doesn't land low or have someone going low to pick it up. Off-road tires, I don't think we have any yet. No off-road tires and Stealthy mechanical parts. So for 100% mechanical parts, I'll turn on cars and trucks too. And while we're here, I'll also turn on the NPC. We have 2 NPCs. We can hire this guy, and this guy sells mechanical parts. I think he sells 5 mechanical parts, or 6 for like 25 gold each, or maybe even less. So it's pretty much guaranteed, like, let's say 6 mechanical parts here. We have, you know, a parking lot out here, car spawn here, car spawn here. There's also a car spawn on one of these hills as well. It doesn't show, but really that's it for mechanical parts. Basically what that means that if you want mechanical parts, you'll have to loot all of this, and then almost 100% of the time go down here and hit like this area for mechanical parts. Then you can either take the Spire to zone or go through Pleasant and see if you can find any scraps in Pleasant. So it is mechanical parts. Campfires. So we do have mad campfires in Stealthy, which is a pretty good thing, because these fights can drag out for quite a long time just because of how like slippery Stealthy is. I mean, there's walls all around it, which is a good thing because that means you won't get really third-partied by anybody. But there are walls all around it, and it's just like almost all these little plants throughout here, they're almost like exactly head height, so when you're crouching and running through it, people can like barely see you, and it's just like a really like slippery place to fight in. So campfires are good because fights can sometimes drag out really long, which, I mean, you'll be in the storm, hit these campfires, find the campfire pattern here is one in Pleasant, take a car, maybe check slurp truck, okay, no slurp truck, hit this campfire, then, you know, go whichever way you want. Slurp barrels, we don't have any near Steamy. Noms, nope, none on the way. Fishing rods and fishing holes. This is one of the biggest things with Stealthy, in my opinion, is that, I mean, we just look at this with 3, 6, 4, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18. So we have 18 fishing holes, probably more, honestly, but 18 fishing holes here. So obviously you can send multiple people fishing. So if we did a split, you could send someone here, and this guy fishes like this, or yeah, this guy could fish like this, and this guy could, like, you know, fish like that or something like that. find like a good way, like this guy fishes, loops back, fish, meet here, and then dip. Well, you would actually dip from over here, so maybe this guy fishes this guy fishes that, like probably that, and this guy dips or whatever split you guys decide to do. But make sure, like, a big thing about stealthy is the fishing. So if you're not fishing, he landed here, then you might as well just land at a different POI because it's not worth it. And obviously, we have Fish Island over here, and all the fishes all down through here that you can find fishing spots. Ice boxes, none. Reboot. It's on the right side, closest to the mechanical parts. That's really it in terms of the breakdown. So let's talk about if you're uncontested, land in stealthy. Well, let's run bunker chest just for the sake. One person lands here. Alright, so one person lands bunker, one person lands here, and one person lands here. So this guy can be in charge of looting, you know, all the center chest here. And then this guy can fish all the way around and then dip out, or do something like where he fishes all of this and then dips, but also fishes this. Probably the best would be, you know, he can land here and loot like all the way around and then be out like that. Then this guy loots in here. Really, the split is making sure you get the bunker chest if you're unconned, hitting all the fishing holes, and then grouping up and exiting over here at the same time. Now let's say you're conned. So if you're conned, you can send somebody here. Let's do you're conned by, let's do one team. Let me see if I can all of stealthy in the frame. Perfect. Let's say you're conned by one team. So you send one here. Pink also sends one here. So you guys, these guys are 50-50 in. But you send one person on top to loot this, and then one person like here-ish. Because the idea is, you know, let's say pink sends somebody, oh, it's blue. Pink sends somebody like here, like two here, and that's your split. So let's say there's no chest out here. This guy can come support and kill this guy for a free 50, shake him down. This guy can, you know, sneak his way around either outside or wait for these two to push, you know, your two out here. Because let's say you get the free kill on this guy pushes down, kills him. So now you have 1 and 2 down here. These two guys are sneaking up on top. This guy can, you know, hit these chests, hopefully find some loot, do something like this, and then beam the two guys here. They box up. You guys push from this angle, and now you have a pinch. That's an option. Let's say that they beat you 100% to bunker. So we have, you know, big team. They send one here, they send another one here, and they send like another one over here, like looting this. So this is their split here. What you guys can do is you can send 2 here, maybe 1, 2, and then send 1 down here. This way this guy has the option of supporting his 2 teammates from whatever angle he really wants to. And his 2 teammates have the option of dipping back and grouping up over here because they know this place. They can build like a base over here or whatnot, and then wait for these guys to come in to fight. But really, the best case scenario is that you control both of these. However, they are pretty far apart. So, you know, a split might be something where, like, if you split this down the middle, obviously there's a lot more chests on this side than there are on this side. So if you have good drops, and you send, you know, one person out here, one person here, and like one person here, like this, 2 and like 3, and then you can kind of force them either land in like this quadrant here or back here. So let's say that this is what we do. And you guys 100% beating them to this drops. And they send like 1, 2, 3. Well, hopefully one of these guys can call it out that one of them lands over here. He can look for an angle. This guy can look for an angle, and then one can loot this, find some spare loot, and join up with you guys. But let's say 2 and 3 start fighting like this. 3 goes up behind, finds an angle. This can be scary if he's not watching his back, because 2 and 1 can sneak up, and now it's 3 is going to be pinched. Hopefully 3 on the pink team's dead, and now we have 2v2. But the issue is that 1 will probably be pretty low on mats compared to 1 and 2 in pink, so you just have to keep that in mind. Let's say it's super fucking hot, and we have like a shit ton of teams landed stealthy. Let's just do like 3 teams. 3 teams would be pretty hot for stealthy, I'm not going to lie. let's say we have one here, one from pink, one from blue. So this is like a three-way 50-50 going on here. We have like one, or I guess like let's do two land in here, land in here, and three land in like here. So obviously fuck. Bad fucking up right now. Alright. 2, 3, land in here. And then let's say we have blue now, and blue takes, 1, 2, 3, and they take like this half here. Well, where do you guys have an advantage at? Well, your advantage is right here. Is in this part for a while, it's a 2v1. So you guys can quickly kill this guy. Where does pink have their advantage? They have their advantage here. And where's blue's advantage? Blue's advantage is that they can take their time, hitting all these chests, even fishing a bit, and then push in to wherever the fighting's happening. So let's say that 3 only hits this building, only wants to hit this building, and he dips back like this. You can hit this or get on top of the wall, go support like that, or you can just hug at the edge and support, or even this is a bit riskier, hit these chests and then go and support his teammates on the 2v1 to make it a 3v1. So that way when pink decides to enter like this, there's already 3 black here, and it's a a 2v3 now. Then when blue enters like this, it's going to be, let me draw this out. So we have 3 black down at the very bottom, because you guys would be down here. Then we have 2 pinks, because these guys just rotated down fighting here. And then we have 3 blues coming from on top. So 2 things can happen. Either pink gets cracked by blue, so if this happens, then blue will push pink hard, or pink gets lost in the third party and blue and black fight over top of each other. So if you're either team, you have to constantly be telling your teammates, be careful, watch your sides. There's another team here who's hiding, whatnot, waiting for a pick. Because if 2 plays their cards right, and like, let's say that, this gets down to 1 person on black and 1 person on blue, and they're like 1v1 and hard, then 2 can come in third party and win the fight. Grab the card, reboot, and then you're good to go. So you just play your cards right, play slow, make sure you identify who's on whose team. So if you know these 2 skins, then call that out. And if you know these 2 skins, then, or 3 skins, then call it out. Alrighty, so we talked about contested and not contested, and clusterfuck and not clusterfuck. Let's talk about who can rotate into stealthy. No one can really rotate into stealthy, other than the pleasant team, or if like, yeah, there's only really 2 places people can rotate into. Well, I guess kind of technically 3, but first off, pleasant. If this is unconned, you have to call that out 100% of the time, because if you're dropping like this and pleasant is unconned, good chances they're going to loot this up and push into you like this. Because if you land pleasant, you want kills, you want surge like early, you want your surge from early game, so you're going to push into stealthy, or or they're going to go down towards bony like that. That's why you have to be careful and call out, what POIs are unconned. So coral's unconned, no one's landed over here. Well, maybe they might come up in a stealthy and push like this. So just be wareful of all that. Then another split is if someone does, this split here, which is viable. I've seen it done. There's a fair amount of mechanical parts and everything like that. And if these guys loot all of this quick, then they can have basically their choice on what POI they want to push into. Really depends on when you're flying in, who do you see. If you see 20 teams craggy, maybe you push craggy. If you see 40 teams stealthy, you go there, pleasant, etc. You get the point. So Spire could be like this Spire split, could be someone who could push into it. Fish Island usually won't, there's not enough chests there. I mean, if someone does a split, it would be like this. And then usually if you go here, it's a pretty passive playstyle. Especially in trios, I don't think it's a thing. But someone could do like a Shark Lighthouse split and then push into stealthy. I haven't seen it happen yet all the times I've landed stealthy, but it is an option. Another good thing about stealthy is that, I don't know if it'll show animals here. Oh, it does, that's cool. is that you pretty much have. Is there any fireflies in here? Oh wow. So you pretty much have like chances for all type of animals to spawn. So if you get stink sacks from this, you can get a stink bow. If you run over here to the firefly spawn, you can get a flame bow. And you have pretty much, if you have anybody in your team that likes the primal rifle, controller players, or someone who likes using the primal shotgun, you can pretty much get free bones, like 100% from all the chances of all the, like the mobs, or what do you call these, like NPCs or animals to spawn. So you pretty much guaranteed a stink bow and a flame bow if you spawn. They're almost always there, in my opinion. So you pretty much guaranteed all that in terms of bows and stuff. So where can stealthy rotate into? Well, I mean, the most common stealthy rotate is that they push the pleasant team. Really, you know, because they're in the far left corner of the map, almost all the time zones can be pulling like basically anywhere over here, because I mean it just makes sense where they are. So the most common rotate would either be aggressive into pleasant, or defensive where you take like a route like this, you kind of like avoid all the POIs. So you just go this way like that. Now some other ones you can do, if coral's somehow in fucking zone, you can push into coral, check lighthouse, see if anyone hit over here. You can go into fish island, fish more if all this is in zone, get some, you know, like 8 floppers or whatnot, hold down spire, etc. You get the point. So let's say, what are some power positions? You're stealthy. I think this is really important to talk about power positions. So first things, we have the spire. Free rotates. The only downside is that when you're in the air, you can probably get fucking lasered, so be careful with that. But stealthy's walls itself is also like quite a power position, because they can't be knocked down. So if stealthy is in zone and you guys are set on loot and you don't need shit, just box up on it. Box up on here. You probably won't get a lot of surge, is the only downside. What you could do is do fake bases on all 4 sides in brick, just so when people, like, if any teams are over here, they'll be mindful of this. Then, you know, the same on the other sides, just some fake bases scattered around, just so people, you know, don't want to go up here and they don't want to go like in this side, just to make sure you're pretty much safe. But really, so let's say one power position would be stealthy, another one would be the spire. You know, there's another spire down here, which isn't too bad. You can go almost on this hill, wouldn't be bad, but you have to push through the pleasant team. Then this hill over here is pretty good, and then if you can make it over here, that's also pretty good. These are really the power positions around stealthy. You can even get a lighthouse, but I hope you have surge, because you're not going to see a fucking soul if you're on the top of lighthouse. Alrighty, so let's think if we talked about everything. Stealthy can rotate into. Oh, another thing just to be mindful of. Fuck, I think I just lost it as soon as I was almost said it. Oh, I'm pretty sure on whatever side of stealthy you're on, it'll like beep and have like some alarm thing going on the side that like beep beep beep, like someone's over here. So you can just listen out to that. So like if all your teammates are over here and you guys hear it over here, then you can be like, all right, well there's another team like somewhere around here. You just be mindful of that, either fight them or whatnot. Honestly, with this drop, like, there are a lot of chests, chances for 2 bunker spawns, that's pretty good. But if you don't get like pumps out of them, there's a good chance that not all your teammates will have enough mechanical parts to get like a real AR and a real pump. But what counterbalances that is, if you need your surge and you don't have all that, is because you can get stink bows and flame bows pretty easily from here too. So the idea would be, you know, you have someone rocking blue pump, purple pump, and then someone with a primal, or all with pumps, and then you have someone with a mechanical green, mechanical blue, and a primal rifle, and that primal rifle guy also has a stink bow or a flame bow, and that's what you use to get your surge or a mechanical bow or whatnot. Anyway, I think this is a pretty 19 minutes, yeah. Pretty quick video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed everything. Most of the rotates are pretty simple, just because they're just far dead side rotates. I mean, you're already basically on the dead side of the map for most of the zones, unless it pulls far right, which is, if that's the case, you'll just have to, you know, rotate down and be in. Next video, I think, if it's not a POI analysis, it will be more of like a fight in breakdown then that I'm trying to work on. So hopefully that goes well. Yeah, cheers.